O-Levels English Comprehension Syllabus 1184. You will be doing Section B of the paper today. Please make sure you download the question paper before we commence. Find the link comments bar. Comprehension Practice. Welcome to Part 4 of the O-Levels 1184 English Listening Comprehension Specimen paper. Before we begin, please be reminded that you should download a free PDF copy of 2023 Listening Comprehension Exam Papers, Specimen. Do you see the link in the comments box? My presentation today is about Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. Brasilia didn't evolve over time, it was the result of detailed planning. In fact, a group of architects won a competition to design it in 1956, and within 4 years, the building work was finished, so the government relocated there in 1960. The latest ideas in urban design were influential. Rather than the traditional bricks and wood, most of the key structures were made of concrete. Lots of steel also featured. I don't know how familiar you are with the geography of Brazil, but whereas the former capital, Rio de Janeiro, is on the Atlantic coast in the south, its successor is a long way from the sea, in the highlands in the west. The climate is tropical, with 2 seasons. May to September is dry and it's wet between October and April. So, why was Brasilia built in the first place? The country's president at the time was a man called Kubitschek, and he thought a brand new city would stimulate economic and industrial progress. He felt something was needed to present the country as modern. It would also provide a venue for the government to operate in, added to which, international interest would be raised. Part of what makes Brasilia unusual is its layout. It's built along 2 main axes or lines, which cross each other, resembling the shape of an airplane. Public buildings like the ministries and the cathedral are on one axis, the so-called monumental one, and that's like the body of the plane. The other axis, which is like the wings, is where you find apartment blocks, schools, and shops, that's the residential one. Brasilia has always attracted lots of visitors. Many large buildings constructed in the 20th century are considered to be rather heavy and ugly-looking, but those built in Brasilia are almost always highly praised by visitors, with terms such as elegant and imaginative being very typical. While public buildings elsewhere in Brazil are often described as clumsy, in Brasilia, the presidential palace, for example, is seen as magical. Reactions to the city as a whole, though, tend to be more negative. Big cities are often messy or even chaotic places, but they're also lively and exciting. Adjectives such as boring tend to be associated with Brasilia. Another word I hear a lot of is artificial. But what's it like to actually live in Brasilia? Apparently, certain things are great. Bus services and the metro trains work pretty well, and there's very little congestion, though traffic problems aren't completely absent. Local people really appreciate the fact that there also seems to be a sense of security, particularly compared with other Brazilian cities. On the other hand, there's no street life, which seems strange given Brazil's image of the land of carnivals. Like other urban areas in Brazil, there's also huge inequality in levels of income among people in Brasilia. At the same time, many people complain about the high cost of living. Anyway, I'd very much like to visit Brasilia one day.